So then coming back to the hiring part, right? I think the only two types of people which we hire, either we hire learners or we hire guides, right? People who can guide the learners specifically for 0 to 1 phase. So what I also believe is the guides who are usually expensive, who are seasoned veterans for a particular industry, become cheaper as a more accessible because there's less competition. Market corrections, yes. So it also becomes a good place for getting the best of the talent who will literally give a roundabout vision in the org and get a lot of learners. So I feel somehow hiring should not be affected specifically for early stage startups. Maybe for late stage startups who have overhired, of course, will lay off. But so how are you guys looking at hiring like in the next few months, irrespective?
So in terms of like hiring is something like we always like at this stage right now, if we are facing any problem, we hire to solve that problem. So that is how we are going about in this hiring. And like for us, right now we do not see, maybe in future we will see that, but right now we are not seeing any like change in the hiring ecosystem for now. But yeah, that is how like we are like seeing. But yeah, your question was that only, right? Or what exactly? Yeah.
So how are you guys looking at hiring? Like, are you planning to keep the same ideology that you want to rapidly hire and quickly because the talent will be cheaper now? Or do you want to go slow and see, optimize your cost, maximize your revenue, or all hiring will be focused towards sales side? What are you thinking?
So I would say like there's no change in plan of the hiring like based on like whether like there's a like we are not seeing from that perspective that we will be getting like talent at the cheaper cost like because we do not also want to we have to spend wisely, and that's why I was telling you our approach. Like if there are problems, like let's say if we have 10 problems, we like hire like people according to like those 10 problems, or sometimes we foresee problems. Like if we are able to generate enough pipeline and if we are able to hire people on time, then we foresee the problems ki like let's say after 2 months or after 3 months we might need this person, so we start hiring for that. But right now we are not changing scenarios based on like hiring hiring in like based on the scenario that is going. Like our hiring is the same.
Makes sense. And how are you guys looking at?
In my case, it worked. It's working for the good.
Hiring?
Yeah, I think the amount and the quality of talent, the amount of CV that I'm getting through the network, they have improved and they have increased.
Absolutely. Well, it just makes sense that talent would be more accessible.
So interestingly, like I've been hiring for a key position, and it was very interesting to know from some of the candidates that I was interviewing is that since they understand that there's going to be a recession or there's going to be a slowdown in terms of job opportunities and everything, and if let's say they are stuck in a business that is not growing or in a company that's not growing, so they want to make a switch right now before things go down.
I appreciate that kind of ideology.
How can people, are they able to predict and forecast that this company is not going to do well?
I mean,
no, one is the PR based, right? The other is free cash flows and if people will be able to raise money or not, and the basic fundamentals of a company.
Any person who is in a key hire role in any company knows a lot of things about the company or about the brand or whatever. So yeah, so I mean, people are trying to make a switch right now so that they can spend like next 2-3 years in a company which is growing, which would like ride properly in these downturns and all those things.
I'll tell you a very crazy thing just on that for key hires. I know some people across some companies, which I would not name, but they even know that if that company is overvalued, undervalued, and what is the valuation multiple, and we are just talking about mid-level key hires. And they are able to predict if their stock value is actually real, the realized stock value will be better in the next 1 year or 2 years, and whether they want to stay or not.
That's a part of the. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that they're aware.
So like one of the hiring that I was doing, he actually asked me that, do you have budgets to sustain my salary?
That's a good.
I was like, thank you for asking that.
I would say in the last 3-4 people we hired, like every person like asked this question. So I also enjoy answering the question, but